Hello everyone, welcome back to Jurassic World Evolution 2 Jurassic Difficulty Challenge Mode on Germany. This is part 2. So before we get into the video, let's kind of take stock. We're picking up right where we left off. We've got pretty much all of our core buildings down. Our park appeal is struggling just a teeny bit because we only have the Struthiomimus at the moment, but otherwise we're in a really good spot to start moving forward. My objective in this part of the playthrough is just to start adding more species and just being really careful and methodical about how we expand the park, especially since we're limited to no carnivores. And let's see what else. There's only 10 species, so for right now I think the goal is going to be to get Nasutoceratops into the park. If I check over here, we can actually see that we do have a small profit per minute. Let me unpause the game here. Now that we have this attraction over here, I might actually be able to better optimize these a little bit. Yeah. There we go. It's a little better. And there we go. That's a little better. Same thing there. So that's probably as good as we can hope to do right now. Let's get rid of this makeshift quarantine over here. In this video, I'm going to try out something a little bit different. Basically, in an effort to prevent... Oh, let's see what we got. Oh, it's just a little summary page. A new contract. Improve average comfort should be very easy. The only reason the comfort's probably a little low is because of the sick dinosaur. But basically what I'm going to try to do is... in order to prevent these super long uploads, I'm mainly just going to hop in and out when something interesting happens or when I do something of note. Otherwise, we're just going to be kind of hopping around. You won't miss anything important. You'll still get to see all of the big things that happen, but this should keep the video to more of a 30-ish minute range rather than, you know, a 5-part series where each part is an hour and a half long. And we'll do that for, I'll probably keep with this for all of the Germany playthrough, and then we'll kind of see how y'all like that, and if we need to make any changes or anything. So for right now, it looks like, I think we got some Nasutoceratops, 77%. Let's work on getting this dinosaur comfort up while we're thinking about that. They are missing forest and ground leaf and water, so they're missing a lot of things. One thing that I think I can pretty safely go ahead and do is I'll keep that viewing gallery for now, but we can definitely expand the enclosure out this way because we have that tower over there. We're going to need to make it bigger anyway because we've got Nasutoceratops is going to be joining this enclosure soon. Alright, this is going to get Nasutoceratops up to 100%, so let's go ahead and finish up that genome. And then let's take a look at our map. Which species do we want next? We could go for Nasutosaurus, I have a feeling that once we add Nasutoceratops to the park, that will get us to 1 star, and that will expand our options as well. Alright, we got that comfort down. Exhibit's a bit bigger now, so that's some pretty easy money for us. And we're still waiting on the Nasutoceratops to finish up with being extracted. Alright, so I've decided to go ahead and research the Apatosaurus as a dinosaur to have in the park. It's one of the easier sauropods to deal with in terms of space, and we can get the research costs down thanks to Rustin, our cheaper research scientist here. So we'll have that going, and we just finished extracting the Nasutoceratops, so we can go ahead and incubate our first set of those. We'll need a Rustin back, however, we don't have enough genetic skill at the moment. Okay, we have a couple of interesting choices here for scientists. We're very early on in the game, so this guy here has cheaper expeditions, and his cost per minute is not very high, and his logistics potential is up to 8. So we're gonna hire this scientist, and let's see. There was an altruistic salary person here. Right here, he's got good welfare potential, which is the slot that we are lacking in. So I'm gonna go ahead and hire the scientist as well. Okay, one thing I noticed here was that our guest comfort wasn't quite at 100%, and it appears that that is primarily because our accommodation rating is pretty bad. So let's fix that by putting in a small hotel, which I believe I had already researched that prior in the first part of the playthrough. Let's see if we can fit one anywhere that's somewhat... One thing that's of note as well is that these attract the luxury guests, which is one of the guest types that actually show up in this map. So that is a good thing for us. Alright, you can see that where it got hit by another disease, but in this case we already have the avian pox researched, so we can... The MVU is already on its way, because you can assign the MVUs to the ranger outposts, and it automatically took care of it for us. Let's, while we're here, we might as well get a free picture for some extra money. Whoa. What happened there? So we've unlocked Apatosaurus, and I really don't see any reason to not start pursuing Apatosaurus. On my Canada map, we had Struthiomimus, Nasutoceratops, and Apatosaurus all in the same enclosure. So I think we're gonna maybe pursue that for this playthrough as well. Gonna use our cheaper expedition scientist, which helps out there for sure. Alright, we have our first batch of Nasutoceratops, and one of them has the social trait, which does have the plus 20% dominance. What's good is if this one is the alpha, it decreases the area need. So what I'm going to do is I will incubate this one, but then I will try to avoid any other Nasutoceratops that have any sort of dominance traits. Alright, we are ready to release our Nasutoceratops. This should increase our appeal by quite a bit, I'm hoping. While they are being flown in, let's take a second. So Nasutoceratops likes ground leaf, which I believe we already have a bunch of that placed down, because Struthiomimus likes ground leaf, if I remember correctly. Yes, so honestly, this exhibit should already be almost perfect for them. So let's just make sure real quick. Let's pick a contract. Increase the number of dinosaurs. This one's pretty easy because I can probably just incubate one batch of Struthiomimus and it will get it done pretty quickly for us. Increase total population to 22, so if we get a batch of 4 Struthiomimus, we can pretty easily get that. Have enough people in the park that we can actually research the larger amenities, which we definitely want to do because these are pretty closely tied to how profit works in the park. I don't have enough scientist skill available at the moment because a couple of them are out on an expedition and one of them is resting, but we will be researching these medium amenities as soon as we can. Have 1 star, and our Nasutoceratops appear to be perfectly happy with the enclosure. Looks like they could use a smidge more forest, so let's go ahead and do that real quick. Looks like these two This is the one on the social trait, so hopefully this one gets alpha. It's like the social trait one. Okay, Okay, there we go. So this one, someone put let's see. And I will, hopefully that should make the area needs easier to manage for the whole herd of Nasutoceratops, which is really nice. Let's see, we needed 4 Struthiomimus, and we only got 3, which is a little unfortunate, but not the worst thing. Let's just get that one last Struthiomimus in there for that contract to be done. Okay, we have medium amenities available. Let's go ahead and get those down as soon as possible. It looks like we should easily be able to fit those right here. So we're gonna lose some profit for like 5 minutes because of the demolition time. Remember, these guests don't exist in this park, so ideally we'd have one with the luxury and the nature, but we don't have that. So looks like this one here is our best option. And then let's let it get built first before we do too much more. Sometimes the way these amenities can work sometimes is it takes a second for them to kind of like correct themselves. It looks like that tiny bit of terrain is messing us up a little. Let's go ahead and fix that. That's kind of annoying. I have no idea why that's saying there's building constraints there, because it says it's completely flat. Yeah, I have no idea why it's doing that. It's a little annoying. Was it blue for like there we go. We'll deal with it. There we go. See, this one has the luxury and the nature guests. There we go. Now we can micromanage these. I think that's our maximum for now. Alright, looks like that's our max for this one. Looks like that's our max there. So 14 seems to be our max profit at the moment. There we go. Okay, I think that's as good as we can do for now. Let's get these additional Struthiomimus in here for the contract. And of course this batch has 7 eggs. Let's just do 1 for now. Bit of a small waste, but eventually, because of the 10 species limit, we're probably actually going to get rid of all of our Struthiomimus at some point or another. Let's see, looks like we have a new undiagnosed ailment. Let's take direct control of our MPU. Cryptosporiosis. Okay, not the best time for contracts to come up. I guess we'll pick this one. And it looks like this is one of the diseases that we can just research right away, which is nice. Very nice. So, a couple of things just happened here. There was a contract to build a medium shopping amenity, so I just moved the one that I had already built, and that counted for the contract, which is nice. Our research for that disease completed, so our MVU is out here trying to cure the Struthiomimus. This one here has unmet needs. It's probably because I added several more Struthiomimus and they need some more ground leaf. So let's just fix this real quick. That should fix that problem. It's kind of annoying that they can get diseased if their needs are like at 85 to 90%. Then it's kind of annoying, but oh well. This is what I was talking about earlier. Now that we've gotten through the initial part, if you click over here, you can see all of the challenge conditions. I don't know why it was not really letting me show you that earlier. I'm sure there was some other way to get to it that I was just unaware of. So I went ahead and now we can now we can train our scientists. Let me have that guy go rest. So let's just kind of look here. This guy has really high logistics potential, so let's increase that. This is our scientist with the cheaper research. He has really good genetics potential, so I'm probably just gonna stick with genetics for him. This is our cheaper synthesis person. They have pretty solid logistics and genetics skills. In the early part of the game, there's a lot more things that require logistics, so I'm going to put a point in logistics for now. This person has really high welfare potential, so let's go ahead and increase that one. And let's see, this person's kind of a generalist, but with welfare being the lowest. So for right now, let's put a point in logistics. Another way that you can do this, which honestly may have been smarter, is to not spend your skill points until you encounter an obstacle where you need a specific point. I can still upgrade, I can train this guy later if that happens though. Scientist breakthrough. So they will get an extra point in logistics if I do this. So there's another, I am going to pay for the training. This really isn't that bad. There's another one though, which is really tough on the Canada map, where it permanently increases their salary, and it's not by just a little bit, it's like their salary gets doubled. So for this one, we're just gonna lose the 200,000 and they'll get an extra point in logistics, which is what we wanted for them anyway. Alright, so I want to show you guys something I'm planning here. So I'm kind of envisioning for what I want to do is I would like to put the Innovation Center right here. And I'd also like to put the monorail right here when that time comes. I'm not sure. It looks like if I look at the transport rating, it looks like since this is a straight line, I think that this is not going to be too far away. We're going to have to see how that goes though, but that's what I'm planning. The Innovation Center is not as expensive as I thought it was going to be, so let's go ahead and put that right here. Archaeological discovery on site. Gain $1 million. Okay, this seems like the clear choice. The 4 times task time stinks, but the pros far outweigh that, so we're gonna do that one. Looks like we're having our first storm warning. Let's go ahead and save. I believe the storm on this map is just like lightning and whatnot. I don't think it's a tornado, but I remember seeing that the fences will just get randomly destroyed. So we're gonna play it safe and see how it goes. There's a lot of things that are minorly damaged, not a whole lot that is super damaged though. Wasn't too bad. Not too bad. One tip that is very helpful is you ideally, if there's only some minor damage, you don't want to repair your power pylons during the storm, because while they're being repaired, they're basically broken and they don't supply any power. Like that. So the storm's already over though, so we're okay. It looks like I need to build another shelter right next to the entrance because my shelter coverage is not where it needs to be, I guess. It would be really nice if I could fit one in here. There, will do. That will do. See the power station's being repaired. And we have a diseased dinosaur with avian pox. We've already had that one researched though. Alright. We got some more Nasutoceratops in here. All 4 of these look good, and we can afford all 4. Okay, so let's look at our transport rating, and it looks like we're still fine, because this is green here, so this looks good. So if it's green here, then if I put the monorail right here later on, then that should all be good to go. Now this thing generates quite a bit of appeal. 250 is nothing to scoff at, and now the only thing that might be a little goofy is there's a chance... Well, it actually looks like it's still blue, so I was worried this might be a little too far away from our amenities, but it looks like we're fine. If I... let's see, I think we're very close. Oh, not quite. We still need to send out another expedition for Apatosaurus. So we're flying in our Nasutoceratops, and I am making this exhibit a bit larger. I've added this section here that is in preparation for the eventual arrival of the Apatosaurus. So let's go ahead and delete these. We will probably also need to expand it out this way a little bit as well. Let's just go ahead and do that now, especially since there's a lot of trees over here. Okay, this is gonna get Apatosaurus to 100%. Let's get Rustin on there. And it looks like we have a couple scientists that need to rest. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and send these scientists out for Apatosaurus. That's probably gonna be our next dinosaur after the Apatosaurus comes in. Okay, so we got our Apatosaurus incubating. I believe they get lonely if there's only one. Well, so I incubated a second one. I need the other scientists to be available to finish that. But one thing that I just noticed, I'm sure some of y'all have known this the whole time, but so Apatosaurus needs tall leaf, Nasutoceratops and Struthiomimus need ground leaf. What if I told you that one of the terrain tools provides both tall leaf and ground leaf? So I've just went and put that one down all the way in for this whole back area. I've made the water source a little bigger, and it looks really nice back here. It's almost like these three dinosaurs are strangely meant to cohabitate together or something. Let's see, I probably... Oops, I was trying to click the ranger station. It doesn't quite cover the whole area, so let's move this. This is a little better. Actually, I have a better idea. Let's just clear out this tiny amount of forest in the middle. And we'll replace it with some forest in the back here. And here. Maybe some here. And yeah, I can just put this everywhere because it's good for both of the dinosaurs. And now I can move this so it's a little bit more optimally placed in the center. And I think I need to reassign. Oops, it's not. Okay, we got a new disease, or a recurring disease, rabies. Let's see. Send NVU to medicate. It should be on its way. Oh, that's right. When I moved that outpost, I forgot to reassign the NVU. So let's just speed things up and drive ourselves over there. We may have noticed an extra gate, so that it's a lot easier to just drive right in here. Where's the one that's yeah, I'm gonna let the computer take care of it from there, I think. And then we have an undiagnosed ailment. What's up with that? Injury, sprain. That one should be curable by dart. Alright, I think we're good again. Alright, just in time, because our Apatosaurus are ready to release. Let's kinda... I think, yeah, we already cured that. Let's put Apatosaurus back here. And so... Alright, we got the wide path. while the Apatosaurus is being flown in, let's replace our pathways with this. Surprisingly, actually really expensive. Looks like we might need to make it a little bigger. Not by a lot, though. We're gonna need to make it a little bigger. So let's go ahead and make this a teeny bit deeper. Sometimes with the sauropods, you kind of have to just deal with their space needs and kind of just deal with it. Okay, it sounds like we've got a storm coming. So let's demolish this. And I think... Let's see, I think they primarily needed more forest, so let's put some of that in. Let's open up the shelter and resume. Okay, looks like I overdid the forest a little bit, so let's fix that. Alright, that's good for now. We'll just have to keep an eye on it. Okay, I think we're good. Probably gonna stay a little stressed because of the storm. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. Alright, let's get rid of this contract because we're unfortunately took quite a while. We're not quite at 2 stars. Let's see if there's something easier we can grab. Construct something new, I guess. That's... I don't know. Maybe I'm just gonna keep the get the 2 stars. I feel like we're actually pretty close to it, but the storm hit as soon as we got the Apatosaurus in the enclosure. Okay, so it's time to check in on the accommodation and the guest ratings. It looks like our restroom coverage isn't too good, and neither is our accommodation. So let's take a look at our management views. Shelter is good, but let's see, restrooms, we need another restroom over here, and we probably also need another hotel. Nothing too difficult to fix. Nice if we could fit one in there, but it looks like that's not going to happen for us. Looks like we could fit a hotel here. That wouldn't be too terrible. The only problem is now our rangers don't have a clear shot into the enclosures. So I think for now we're just going to go ahead and put a hotel right over here. This is kind of a goofy one. 50% of small hotel. That's, that's not that big of a deal. We can take that one. Kind of curious to see if we fix those 2 things, if that gets us up to 2 stars. I feel like we should be really close. Also, well, these amenities, I don't know if you saw, these are all full. So, can I research large amenities yet? These are just the modules. So it looks like I need to put down another set of amenities is what I'm picking up on. What's up with that? Okay, so I think we're wrapping up. We're getting close to being done with episode 2. I do think that if maybe I can release one more Apatosaurus, that might bump us over to 2 stars. You can see we're really close. A couple things I did. I added a row of medium amenities over here. And I wanted to mention, I think we have a glitched dinosaur over here. I think this Struthiomimus is stuck. Because there's nothing wrong with it. I think it's just stuck over here, so we're gonna just tranquilize it and move it somewhere else in the enclosure. Alright, I was researching the efficiency upgrades, which let me just show you where those are really quick. It's in the infrastructure. I think it's this one right here. That gives us a whole bunch of things that are really nice to have. One of the big ones is the ability. Let me show you how this works. So we're going to put on extraction capacity. So basically whenever you extract fossils, it's always 3 genetics skill and $50,000, no matter how many. So you can really get the most out of this, and this whole extraction bay of 17 is now unlocked, which is really nice. There's some other things we got, so we can put on decrease rest time by 10%, so might as well get that. Control center. Looks like we don't have any of those yet. Storm defense would be a good one to put on some of these buildings. Expedition center, improved yield. There we go. That's some. That used to be the best one in Jurassic World Evolution 1. It still is good, but not as crazy as it used to be. And nothing here yet. Alright, once we finish these 4, Apatosaurus will be unlocked with 100%. And that's probably going to be our next dinosaur in episode 3, once we get this one done. We do have a disease, Cryptosporidiosis, but we already have that researched and the MVU is already en route. So let's just speed up time until we can get our Apatosaurus ready. And I am hopeful that that will get us to 2 stars. Looks like there's nothing to change here. Apatosaurus at 100%. Very good. Let's see, is this that same Stryphtiominus again? See, it's at 100% comfort. I wonder if it's like glitched out or something, because it keeps starving, even though there's no reason to have this keep happening. Oh, haha, there we go. Very nice. Alright. I do think this is a good place to stop for episode 2. Let me briefly show you what my plans are for the park, in case you were wondering. So, monorail, I want to put it right here. And the monorail is going to take us out this way. And it's going to park right here. And then we'll probably put, since this is such a deep area, we'll probably put a tour ride or something. Or maybe even an aviary if we can fit one. So then the other side of the monorail, I'm actually going to have it go around and loop-de-loop around here so that we can put a whole nother area up here. And then if we need to, the monorail will continue down over to this side of the island over here. So when it's done, the first link will be here, one side will go over this way, and then it'll loop around the Innovation Center out here and come on back over this way, and we'll just be building stuff all around there. That's the plan. It might change, but for now, we're off to a very solid start. Thank you all very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.